I need to use whatever time that I usually use to devote to things that are not beneficial in my life, things that are more so superficial in your life. We're going to use that and transform that time into purpose. We're going to intentionally transform that time that you've been using without intention. We're going to actually use that time with intention and conviction and commit for the next 6 months. Dream Drivers Legacy family, welcome back to another Look Alive Motivation episode, another Look Alive Motivation video, our fourth installment, our fourth episode. Let's clap it up. Let's clap it up for consistency. And if you've been watching since episode 1, I do appreciate you guys for tuning in, locking in. And again, if you're new to my channel, new to my podcast, we drop these videos every single Monday morning at 8:30 a.m. right before the start of your week. We all know how Mondays can get at the top of your week, at the start of your week. Sometimes we just need that pick-me-up, like that cup of coffee. And that's what these videos are designed to do, to motivate you, give you a pep in your step during your daily walk, making Mondays great again. Let's make Mondays great again. Let's make Mondays great again here at the Dream Drivers Legacy channel. Again, whether you're watching me here on YouTube or whether you're listening in on a podcast or watching one of my podcasts on all streaming platforms, by the way, the link will be in the description in terms of subscribing to my podcast. And if you're on my podcast, then we welcome you here on my YouTube channel. Head over to YouTube and subscribe to us at Dream Drivers Legacy for more motivation. We do more videos than just Monday content, Monday motivational content. That said, let's get right into this video. I dare you to disappear for the next 6 months. How many of you guys are trying to level up like myself? How many of you guys have made advancements in your life, have advanced in your life, have elevated, have grown, have seasoned your life in some way, polished your life in some way, got better, improved in some way? And if that's you, you already know what that feels, that feel good feeling of, growing in your life, seeing growth happen in your life. And some of us stop, some of us quit, some of us quit when we get ahead, some of us quit when we see a certain level of success. Some of us get in our head and let success get to our head. Some of us quit when we're ahead. I don't get it, but some of us do. And some of us actually realize what that feels like and say, I'm going to leverage this and I'm going to improve and I'm going to capitalize and I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to go crazy, consistent, and just continue to keep pushing effortlessly. Like nobody's got to sit me down and tell me what to do and how to do it, because I know what that feel good feeling feels like, to see success happen in my life, to grow. But anyway, even if that's you, the point that I'm trying to make is whether you're the individual who has a dream, have yet to pick up that dream, you've already picked up your dream, you're stagnated in your dream is, not seeing any progress, you're not making any progress in your dream. Like wherever you are in your journey, this applies to you. This applies to you. One day in my journey was my first day. This applies to the first day version of me. So I'm sure that anybody who wants to pick something up new, this applies to you. And this actually still applies to me, as I'm a bit more seasoned in my journey, in my pursuit of my dreams. I'm a bit more seasoned. I'm a bit more polished when it comes to what it is that I know that I want, what I'm going after. However, it still applies to me. And if you're ahead of me in the game, in the race of life, just trying to become better and strive to become better, then this challenge is also inclusive when it comes to you yourself. Me, you, and I, all of us can use this push. So for all of y'all listening, all of y'all watching, I'm daring you, I'm daring myself, I'm daring all of us to lock in. I'm daring all of us to disappear for the next 6 months and lock in on your goals and finally get started with the idea that you have, the idea that you envision. And during this process, before we get started, or as we are walking it out during these next 6 months, I need you to do yourself a favor and be easy on yourself. Be easy on yourself for trying now. Give yourself grace for what you didn't accomplish yesterday, because right now is the most important moment. These next 6 months is what you're focused on. One step at a time, one effort at a time. Again, don't worry about what didn't happen yesterday. If you have to go through the emotion, then go through the emotion. If you pick it up and you recognize that this is something that you started a while ago, and it's bringing back memories to the love and the desire and the passion of wanting to commit to it, and you didn't, if you have to go through that motion, then get it out the way. Sit with it for however long you need to sit with it in the beginning, and then let that feeling go, and then go hard after your goals. For the next 6 months, I need you to lock in. Zero distractions. with intention, creating a system and a habit that you're going to commit to every single day, or however often that you can, whatever day block of time within your day, whatever day that you know you can tackle this project within the next 6 months. I know all of our time is different. Our time zones are different. Our responsibilities are different. But whatever you usually have as considerable free time, what is free time? Free time is whenever you have any rest period in your day. Any rest period in your day. We're going to create another habit, a new habit, a habit of saying, I'm going to be intentional with this free space of time, this free block of time that I have. And I'm going to devote for the next 6 months of doing something, being intentional when it comes to tackling my goals. You may have to tell your family, I need to go in the other room. If you're by yourself, if you're in a relationship, you may need to, just politely, gently tell whoever it is in your life, I need to lock in for the next 6 months. I need a block of time. I need an hour per day. I need 2 hours per day. I need 30 minutes per day. I need to use whatever time that I usually use to devote to things that are not beneficial in my life, things that are more so superficial in your life. We're going to use that and transform that time into purpose. We're going to intentionally transform that time that you've been using without intention. We're going to actually use that time with intention and conviction and commit for the next 6 months. And what you will find in this journey is transformation. What you will find in this journey is you bringing your goals closer to you. You attracting your goals and your dreams. What you're going to find in this 6 months transformational season is you becoming more polished by month 6. You becoming more seasoned by month 6. You're going to be able to look back and see how much you accomplished by month 6. You're going to look back and be able to see how much more you accomplished just from taking increments of time and being intentional about it every single day. You're going to see how much more you checked off that bucket list. You're going to see how much more success that you brought forth into your life. You're going to see your habits changing. You're going to see what you used to do is not what you do now. What you used to do, the way you used to spend your free time, your luxury time, you're going to find yourself transforming yourself and trading in that old block of time where you used to use it for leisure and luxury to now we're going to use it for purpose. We're going to use it to build. We're going to use that time that we used to devote to do nothing to do a whole bunch of somethings. We're going to use these next 6 months becoming unrecognizable on purpose. We're going to become unrecognizable on purpose. People are going to come up to you and say something is different about you. Something looks different about you. You are developing a glow. Oh man, you starting to look good. I could tell you've been locked in. You've been working out. You've been on your purpose. Something about you just looks different in a great way, in a positive way. Something about you is different. What do you mean you can't come out with me on Friday nights no more? You used to come out on Friday nights and party. You used to come out on Monday nights or Saturday nights and party. What changed? You changed. We don't recognize this version of you anymore. I'm accustomed to the old you. And so going through this next 6 months grind, bro, is you changing the old you and walking into the new you. Become unrecognizable for the next 6 months, bro. What we're doing for these next 6 months is we're being intentional. We are detaching ourselves from our past bad practices, our past bad habits, and recreating those habits, taking those moments, taking those block of times and moving with intention and recreating our habits into better ones, newer ones, habits that are going to elevate us, habits that are going to season us, nurture us, grow us, elevate us, take us higher in life. Creating new habits. By the time you reach 6 months, bro, you're not going to want to go back to those bad habits, bro. You're going to be more conditioned. You're going to see what you have now versus what you didn't have before. You're going to see a difference between the new version of you, the 6 month version of you versus 6 months ago. And you already know it's like one of those things where once you learn something, you can't unlearn it. Once you discover something great in your life, it's kind of hard to not see it. It's almost like digging in your pockets. Let's just say you washed your clothes and your money was left in your jeans and you didn't know it was there. You didn't know it was there until you put your jeans on, you put your clothes on, and then you stuck your hand in your pockets and then you pulled out $100 bill. You didn't know it was there, but you pulled out $100 bill. You can't unsee it. Now that you have it, what are you going to do? Throw it away, put it back in your pants, and then, put it back in a dirty hamper? You're not going to do that. Once you see what's good, once you see value in your hands and it's tangible, once you see that you have something that benefits you, after these next 6 months, you're not going to want to go back to your old ways. Just like finding that $100 bill in your past that you didn't know was there. That's what these next 6 months is for. Discovering something that you have that you didn't know you had, bro. Discovering your value where you didn't know you had it. And if you realize your worth, if you understand your value, then you know where I'm coming from. There's more. There's more that you can get from this process. Every single day that God grace you and bless you, there's more that you can learn. There's more. There's an abundance attached to your name. There's an abundance of prosperity attached to your name. That's why you don't want to settle. That's why you don't want to get comfortable. That's why once you have, you don't want to just get sloppy. You don't want to get to a point where you get fat. You want to capitalize off of that and take advantage of every moment that God gives you with and develop that mindset of abundance, that abundant mentality, bro. That there's more that God has to offer. There's more that God wants to give to you. That's what going through this next 6-month journey is all about. Sitting yourself down and grinding and becoming better. So I challenge you. I challenge you to become better for the next 6 months. I challenge you to disappear for the next 6 months. I challenge you to challenge yourself, to sit yourself down and work on that vision, work on that goal, work those goals out for the next 6 months. Bring that dream into reality for the next 6 months. Become better, a better version of you for the next 6 months. I challenge you to lock in, kings and queens. I challenge you to develop a whole new identity for the next 6 months, a whole new version of you for the next 6 months, a whole new set of practices for the next 6 months, a whole new set of habits, recreating new habits for the next 6 months. I challenge you. I challenge myself. I challenge you. Because ultimately the challenge is to become better. We challenge ourselves, stretch ourselves, put ourselves in uncomfortable positions. This may be uncomfortable for a lot of you guys, but you'll get comfortable being uncomfortable. You will develop comfort in this uncomfortable phase over a period of time, under tension, over a period of just investing, getting comfortable being in that uncomfortable seat. You'll get comfortable doing it. Being on this camera used to be extremely uncomfortable for me. But I knew what my vision was. I knew what my purpose was. I knew that I had to do it. I knew that I had to put the reps in to get to this place where I can actually feel comfortable doing what it is that I'm doing. That makes me uncomfortable doing it in the process. To grow to a point where it becomes comfortable. To grow to a place where it becomes comfortable. Doing what's uncomfortable. To become better at what it is that God got me here on this earth to do. So that's what it's all about, man. It's challenging ourselves to get better. So I accept this challenge. Come through in the comments if you accept the challenge to become unrecognizable for the next 6 months, to lock in again for the next 6 months, to go ghost for the next 6 months, altogether to be on your purpose for the next 6 months. No distractions, zero distractions. I dare you to disappear for the next 6 months. Lock in, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on this journey. I'm going to follow you on the journey. And again, let's come through in the comments, man. For anybody that may get discouraged in the journey, you have a family here. You have a home here. This is a good vibe, positive vibe, only love muscle that we're growing here. All negativity don't belong here. You don't belong here. If you're about growing, if you're about purpose, if you're about going after your dreams, then we welcome you here. Then you are a part of family. Consider yourself to be part of the family. And yeah, come through in the comments. Don't be shy. Let's chop it up, man. And let's grow together. I look forward to seeing you guys in the very next video. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell so you guys won't miss a single video. As always, do what brings life to you. And it's a great chance that you'll bring life to whatever it is that you do. You already know, rain, sleet, or snow. The goal is to always grow. Peace and blessings. One love. Strength.